Hey, good morning. I'm going to show you today how to use your atomic coffee machine. This particular one I bought about 18 years ago at a garage sale or second-hand shop for like $7. There was a lot more money than that, of course, but this has been the most beautiful machine. I make coffee with it every day. So I'm going to show you how to make perfect coffee from your atomic. So, starting with the timer. Come over here. I'm going to show you, we're going to start also how long it takes to actually make the coffee. So we're going to hit start and I'm going to turn the power on full. So you put your power on full for your stove. Next thing, just staying there, I'm going to fill up with some water. And you can see I've got the coffee pot thing, roughly a little bit less than half full of water for the whole thing. That's about right. I'll explain later that we actually need more water in the machine than we're going to have coffee. Anyway, so I'm going to pour that in the back. You have to remove the little spigot. Right, that goes back under there. And once again, over here, and then you tighten up. Never over tighten because it will break eventually. This is also a steam relief valve in here, if you're just like emergency pressure relief. Also make sure that your steam wand is turned off, and then you go. So take your group head out and give it a good whack. It's very, very noisy. Now I've got a coffee grinder here. The grind for the coffee you want is a tiny bit finer than you would have for a plunger. Now a plunger is, you want it quite chunky because you don't want it to clog up the little presser machine thing. This one you want it a little bit finer, kind of more like an espresso machine, because it is actually an espresso machine. A little bit noisy. And I'll show you the grind in a second. Now what I'm showing you today is how to make it for 2 people. So you can see I've actually just done my first grind, done a compression. And before I tamp it again, I'm going to show you that grind. It's kind of fine, not really particularly coarse. So, a tamper. You will need a tamper. Looks like this. This is one which is specifically the right size for this machine. This was bought from a company called Top 3 by Design. It's a nice little pretty one. Okay, so tamp it. Now this is tamping, and you want to do it really quite firm. The reason we do that, so then you give it a quick wipe, make sure there's no bits of coffee there, and it goes up underneath, and once again firmly over there. One of the reasons we do it so firmly for the tamping is we want to create a lot of back pressure on the machine, so that, because this machine does 2 things. It actually extracts your coffee, but it also makes your froth, your steam. So now that is on, and we look at the clock, 3 minutes and something like that. We're going to take a break now, and I'm going to come back to you in a little while. So what I normally do at this stage is do the washing up, because if you leave the machine and walk away and start checking emails or something, inevitably it starts doing the extraction when you want to be there. So I'm going to sign off for a second, and we'll start again in a minute.